Chunky Trade here with a report that traders are beginning to take legal action against Apex trader funding. I actually know somebody in real life. This is not somebody I met through social media, but a friend of mine who has not been able to get any payouts approved since July. And this is after over 1 year of payout approvals every single month. And I don't want to speak too much about their situation, but they've already begun contacting a lawyer, having the lawyer review the contract, and considering what steps that they should take. So these denials that Apex is doing are not going to come without some type of retribution. Anyway, I don't want to talk about my friend. I want to talk about this post I saw on Reddit. So this individual, this is from 2 months ago. They previously had a great relationship with Apex. They were getting payouts. All of a sudden, they got denied tens of thousands of dollars of payouts. Daryl actually this individual got in contact with Daryl directly, and Daryl reviewed his case and said, oh yeah, these should all be approved. The money never came, and he's left just posting about it on Reddit. He doesn't hear anything back. I think this person did a lot of chargebacks to Apex and has stated that they are pursuing legal actions moving forward. This person is very active on Reddit and Discord. If you message him, he'll reply to you, and I've actually been able to exchange some messages with him. Funny enough, Trustpilot removed his negative review, and I bring that up here because I know we've all noticed how Trustpilot has a lot of 5-star reviews for Apex, and we're all kind of curious, what happens to the negative reviews? Well, we know that at least this guy's one review got deleted. As recently as May, this person was a fan of Apex. Now, this person participated in the Discord that I'm in, and this is the same user who wrote that Reddit post, and he provided a screenshot of proof that back in May, when he was getting all his payouts, he loved Apex. And he said, man, Apex, it's hard for any new platform to compete with Apex because Apex has built so much trust with the community. But my, oh my, how things have changed. This person does not have that tune anymore, and is very negative towards Apex just because this person's been screwed. Now, it's easy to be a fan of Apex when you're getting paid. I see a lot of people who get paid maybe, one payout a month saying, hey, Apex paid me. What's the big deal? You must have done something wrong. Well, it seems to be Apex is more likely to pay you if you're only requesting 1 or 2 payouts. But if you're requesting, more than 7 accounts, or if you've been consistent for several months, especially if you're on your fourth month uncapped payout, that seems to be the pattern that we've detected, they stop paying out. Now, this is proof of their payouts being denied: 57 days, 31 days, 48 days, deny. Apex email, generic, auto-generated response, nothing specific. Your payout was denied for account investigation. Okay, you want to investigate the account? Investigate it, and then tell us what's going on. Well, in this case, they don't respond. And actually, when he did get a response from Daryl, said, oh yeah, it's going to be approved, but never got the money. This is a screenshot he sent of Chris. Chris is one of the top employees at Apex. Not sure if he's part of the payouts department. He seems to be. He does seem to have some sway, and I've heard of people contacting Chris before when their payouts got denied. He looked into it and was able to get them reversed and actually get them approved. So Chris is somebody there, and he said, hey, we're going to go ahead and get these approved, but it has to stay between you and us. Well, this guy keeps saying, they approved it, but I never got it. And especially mentioning per the NDA contract you signed as well. Well, heck, I'll keep my mouth shut, but you got to pay. And another thing, NDAs don't protect the person if they don't protect the company if the company engaged in some type of scam. So NDAs are not totally unbreakable. You have to provide what you say you're going to provide. Here's some proof from this person that they actually built up their accounts to a high profit level, and just more screenshots of their profit balance. Now, I think I've talked about this individual trader enough, but in a nutshell, this person is owed a lot of money. Daryl said you were going to get paid. The payout never came, and they don't respond to this person. But when you look on the surface, this looks like the trader that they claim to want. But in all these cases of people being denied payouts, it's not people with like, hey, I'm on my 11th day getting a payout, my first payout request. Yeah, they'll give you your first payout request for sure. But what about these people? We all aspire to that fourth month uncapped payout, just like Trader Kane did. Well, but all these people with problems, they're all like 30, 40 days into their account. What's going on? So enough about that trader who said he's pursuing legal action. I just want to briefly review the history of Apex FUD. Starting from March and April is when we started to notice that payouts approvals were okay. They might have taken 1 or 2 days longer than normal, but the payouts being slower is what people noticed. And a lot of that was due to an unforced error on Apex traders' fault, where they would send out this auto-generated email saying, "Oh, your payment's been sent. You should get it between 5 and 7 business days." When it didn't come at the end of the 7th business day, people complained, and then the mods, Princess B, if you can remember, would get so upset and say, "Hey, you guys, we have until the end of the cycle to pay you. Ignore what that email said." Well, why did you send out that email? Who are we supposed to trust? But anyway, because everyone got paid, people really dropped their concern. That is until May and June came, where the next level of FUD was introduced, with the DCA rule being reintroduced or being actively enforced. DCA, ultimately, this was not a real big deal breaker for traders. Most people just adjusted. They were not happy, but they said, "Okay, we understand you gotta have some rules, so we're gonna abide by them. We're gonna do it." And for me, I was actually denied back in June for DCA, and I just adjusted my trading, right? Even the quote unquote great trades by Matt claimed he was denied for DCA. Okay, that's fine. But people made adjustments and moved forward. And people ultimately, and also want to mention one thing, Daryl also chimed in and said, "Hey, this rule's for you." So I was like, okay, fine. July, that's when FUD really started to peak. The Discord was closed. Right after the Discord was closed, mass denials and investigations and probations began. And this started a timeline of 2 months without payouts for many people. And then when August came, mass video requests. And Apex is just letting the FUD simmer. So that begs the question, is there liquidity issues at Apex? Right? Think about a bank run. Banks rely on their reputation, just like these prop firms do. And they rely on new people participating in their service. As soon as their reputation is broken, whether it's true or not, there's a bank run that leads to the self-fulfilling prophecy of the bank failing. Now, Apex has always allowed, Apex has allowed their reputation to be damaged for 3 months straight. And I specifically use that term, they've allowed their reputation to be damaged, because for the past 3 months, they've been almost doing the opposite of what any PR strategist would tell them to do. Why don't you get out there, don't call your customers schemers and scammers, go out there, introduce new rules that benefit the trader instead of introducing one rule that hurts a trader, probation and account investigation. Why don't you try to do that? But instead, they just all they do is just say, "Hey, everything's fine here," and that may be because that is their only legitimate course of action. It could be, and I don't want this to be true, but because I have accounts with Apex still, that their only course of action is to deny everything because there's nothing else they can do, because their reputation has hit such a bad hit. But yeah, it's sad that they don't offer real refutations to legitimate criticism. They just deny that anything is wrong. Now, Apex has a legal obligation to pay all traders. So they're in their PA contract. It is heavily skewed to them. They say that you don't have a right to any of the profits made. And this is based on a lawyer reviewing the contract. I may do a video on that, depending on it. Just let me know if you want me to make one. But yes, the contract says that, but we can take you to court and challenge that. And a lot of people are getting ready to do that. But all in all, Apex has a legal obligation to pay traders. And if they cannot pay because they have liquidity issues, they have to pay everybody evenly. So if Apex has 20 million in the bank, but they owe traders 40 million, instead of paying one trader 1.9 million and denying everybody else, they should pay everybody 50 cents on the dollar. That's how these bankruptcies are supposed to happen, right? And Daryl Martin, even if he, I think we all believe that when he started Apex, he was sincere, wanted to pay people out. He did it for over a year, paid people out, paid several people $1 million. I'm not denying that he didn't pay people out. I think everybody knows they were good up until May. They were good up until June. But in 3 months, they've destroyed what they spent 3 years building, 2 years building. and they just let it happen so fast. I mean, none of these guys can stay on. I mean, I'm just amazed at how fast it happened. Even if Daryl Martin is sincere and wants to pay people, if he doesn't have money, how's he going to pay? And why has he not spoken since June, despite the massive FUD? When people were upset about DCA in May, he chimed in. He defended DCA, and because we had so much trust in him, because of his good reputation at the time, we believed him and said, "Okay, your heart is good. You want people to stop blowing accounts, and you notice DCA leads to blown accounts. Okay, fine." But he has not said anything since June, and only the John guy who calls us schemers and scammers, he's the one that keeps making the videos, and he doesn't seem to relent in calling us schemers and scammers. In fact, he keeps promising us faster payout approvals and improvements. He has not delivered on anything, which is concerning. How does Apex address bad press? They deny it, right? All the Apex employees in an unofficial Discord says there's no issue. Nothing to see here. But how could they know? Because if I were to go ask one of these Apex employees to help me look at my payout request, they say, "Hey, that's the payout department. I'm only in support. I can't help you." So if you can't help me with my payout request, why are you chiming in and saying Apex is okay? Because obviously you don't have any insight to anything besides your world, right? So you actually don't know whether it's good or bad. And, because it's so funny because you ask them for help. They say, "Oh, that's compliance. I can't help you. Oh, that's payout. I can't help you." Okay. All you can help me do is, activate an eval or something. Like what's going on? How else does Apex address bad press? They censor it, right? You can't post anything negative or even neutral on the unofficial or official Facebook groups. If somehow it slips by, they'll just delete it. Right? Their Discord was heavily moderated. They deleted and timed out people for just asking like, "Hey, question about my payout." Now, I know some people were annoying on Discord, and that's fine if you want to time those people out. But, when it comes to money, like this is a service we pay for. I think better service should be expected. And the other thing is it became pretty clear quickly that in order to get a payout, you had to speak very positively about Apex, be very obedient, you can't cause trouble, and then maybe you'll get your payout like a good boy you are. But if you join an influencer's Discord, they'll ban you for asking about Apex. Like I was banned from Trades by Matt's Discord because I asked them like, "Hey, how do you get off of Apex's probation?" And I got banned immediately. And that was a sincere question. It's not like I'm saying anything bad. I'm like, "Hey, I got this problem. Can anybody help me?" You go to their Twitter page, they don't allow you to comment, and even with a non-disparagement clause, you're still allowed to speak the truth if your experience is negative, right? Like they can't, you're not allowed to you can't lie. You can't lie and said that they scammed you if they didn't scam you. But if they didn't pay out, that's not disparaging them if they actually didn't pay you out. So here's an example of another trader. This is another trader. This is not the same trader as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. These examples are all over social media. And the gaslighting is so real. They keep saying, "Oh, anybody who didn't get paid out, they must have done something wrong." Hey, look at this person. The balances are double the threshold. I didn't DCA once, but I've been denied without any answer. And my wife's account's been denied 11 times. Look at this. Why are you denying this person? Wow, this looks like somebody you'd want, right? Don't you want to copy their trades? They're probably at uncapped payouts, but they're only requesting like 2,000, 1,000, 3,000, 750. Why can't you just pay them out? This is very, very sketchy. Especially because that's the promise. That's why people spend so much money on Apex, because we've been promised these uncapped payouts once we get to month 4. And then it sucks that all these people made it to month 4. These people that I've spoken with, a lot of them are on month 4 and they're having issues now. It's really a shame. It's a rug pull. This is another example of a trader getting paid. They've requested a 6-figure payout and they've been denied 4 times in a row. No response. It's very sad. Because we all wanted Apex to work out, but it seems to be they're not. What are the real steps they're doing to repair their image and to actually pay people out? All we hear is, "Hey, don't spread FUD." Well, this is not spreading FUD. This is a legitimate concern. So I just want to bring up this. This is the full tweet is going to be in the description. but this is somebody who talked about this is somebody who called the funded trader rug pull before it happened. He called the collapse of the funded trader. Now, as you know, funded trader was a forex firm that that closed a few months ago, but there were warning signs. One of the warning signs were they started denying payouts without justification, because in their mind, if they deny your payout, they don't owe you that money, right? Because then that won't be on their balance sheet. So they started doing that a lot, and once that reputation is damaged, who's gonna keep buying evals from you? Who's gonna keep buying challenges from you? Then you're finished for sure, because now you're not gonna have money to pay out the people you do owe, and so they just had to collapse. Meanwhile, the gaslighting continues. Unfortunately, Chris, he seemed like a good guy at the beginning. But now he keeps. I mean, he will, silence you, time you out in the Discord if you bring up legitimate concerns about Apex. He said, "Oh, don't spread FUD. Don't give into the FUD." Lord Black right here. He's saying, "Oh, all this FUD is another prop firm trying to stir up some FUD." Okay, like, why don't you guys give real refutations as to what's going on? Hey, just say, hey, this person, the reason why they got denied is because they're part of a trading ring. Okay, that would help resolve some FUD, but instead you just say they probably broke a rule. Well, you don't know that they broke a rule, So the gaslighting is too much. I don't think it's fair at all. Now, if you thank you for watching. If you've got any stories, please feel free to reach out to me and send me some stories that you want me to discuss. Thank you.